Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about my Walther PDP F-Series Pro X. I actually just got back from shooting this thing and there's a lot of good things I want to talk about today. I will let you know I did shoot 5 different types of ammo varying in range from 115 to 124 to 147, and this thing handled it all flawlessly. I had absolutely no issues with this gun during the range, but I will apologize. I did go to an indoor range, so the B-roll is going to be kind of boring. The next time I will take it out to an outdoor range so you guys can kind of see what this thing is truly capable of. But for today's video, we will talk about how the first shots went and overall my thoughts on it and whether or not I think this potentially would be a good enough gun to carry, you know, after I finish my 1,000 round review and all that kind of stuff. So, a couple of disclaimers, guys. This gun here was not sent out to me from Walther. I did purchase this with my own money. For those of you who've been watching for a while, you know I always buy my own stuff. Nobody influences what I'm going to purchase or what I'm going to review or what I'm going to say about it. So when you guys come here, you get a honest, raw feedback on everything I show you guys. Just to get the disclaimer out of the way, yes, this is safe. Gun is empty, no bullets, so we are able to film for this. I do have some notes, so if you see me glancing down, just kind of keeping up with where I'm at, but I do want to talk about a lot of things because honestly, I do think this gun so far right out of the box is really good. Starting off, the thing that impressed me the most is the actual grip and ergonomics. I think this thing fits incredible in the hand, and what surprises me the most, especially after shooting it, is this texture. To describe this texture, when you're just touching it and feeling it, you wouldn't think that it's very aggressive. But when actually shooting it and digging your hand into it, it locks in place. It might be actually my favorite texture of any polymer grip that I've shot yet. I think they do a really good job on it. I think it would be comfortable to carry. It's not overly aggressive. They do have, you know, checkering in the front, on the back, all the way up the side. I just think they really did a good job with that because it allows you to get plenty of hand on there to really lock in and control this gun, because we will talk about the recoil in a little bit. Although it does have this comp, a few things we'll talk about with that. Next, I wanted to go over the controls because I think the controls were another thing I really liked about this. The mag release, perfect spot right there. Don't have to break my grip to use that. I think the button is a great texture, great size, works very well. I do like that they have this little bit of shrouding around there, so I feel like you won't accidentally hit that. It does have an undercut, so that's nice as well. The ambi slide release here. Let me drop that mag and show you guys. Very nice. It has a texture to the ledges here. You could use it from either side. I think that works out very well. I will say the one thing I found myself doing accidentally, took me a couple rounds to realize I was doing it. When I was going to shoot this thing, inherently, I wanted to use that as a thumb rest. I'm not sure why. So you may see in the B-roll that there were, I think 1 or 2 times that I was riding that, and then when the magazine was spent, it did not lock back. So that is totally me. I fixed that going through the rest of the range trip, but I thought it was weird that my thumb naturally wanted to rest there. But I think it's worth mentioning in case you catch yourself doing that as well. Also, another thing that I was pleasantly surprised to find out was the mags that run in the full-size PDP also fit in here. The ones that come with it have this little extension on the bottom. So you may see in the B-roll that I'm not always running this mag. So that was a pretty cool thing, I thought. You know, here I don't have to get extra mags. Typically when I get a new gun, I'll use whatever the main mags are and then get, you know, 3 more for carry. I try to have at least 2 to 3 ready for training, just to keep them separate. Kind of my own OCD thing there, but I did like that I could use my other PDP mags for training, keep these ones for carry. So that is a nice bonus that I did not expect, but should have expected, I guess. As far as the weight, this thing is only 24 ounces. I feel like it's a little bit heavier in the front, but when shooting it, I don't notice that. I don't shoot it and think that this thing is off balance. It feels very natural in the hand. And I think, although it is thicker than a lot of other EDCs that I've featured, like the 365s and everything, I think the weight is not too much. I think it's still a very good contender for those of you who are more worried about weight of an EDC. Me personally, I've ranged all over the sizes and weights of different guns that I've carried over the years, so 24 ounces is still pretty light for me, but I think overall this would be a good size and weight for carry. As far as the trigger, guys, I'm not gonna lie, the trigger here is probably the one reason you're looking at a PDP. Now, this is the performance dynamic trigger, and it doesn't disappoint. In my opinion, this is the best striker fire trigger you can get. And shooting it again completely reminded me, like, yes, this is absolutely, if I'm gonna shoot a striker fire rig, this is the trigger I want in it. Super little take up, very clean, there's no mush. You hit your wall, very crisp break, very short reset. It's not very heavy. Haven't put it on the scale, but if I remember correctly, the last one was like in the 4 to 5 range. I know YouTube gets weird about talking about that topic for some reason, but let's just leave it at it's definitely one of the best triggers you can get, especially if you're going for a striker fire rig. As far as the return to zero, it is very quick, very sharp. I won't say there's no recoil. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and hype this thing up. I'm not gonna say it's the flattest shooting gun I have. Now, it is light. It has a 3.5-inch barrel and has a comp on the end. Do I think the comp works? Absolutely. In fact, I'll add some B-roll here where you can literally see flames shooting out of that comp. It definitely helps. But I don't think this is like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and hype this up like, oh yeah, this is a staccato XC killer. Because it's not, guys. It's a great gun, it shoots great. I definitely think with time, I'm gonna get better shooting with this and I'll get it shooting flatter. But unfortunately, you know, you have a projectile that has a cartridge, has a small explosion, so when you have a lightweight gun, a short barrel, there's only so much you can really do. I don't think it's bad by any means. I really enjoyed shooting this, but I don't want you guys buying this and feeling deceived that it's ultra flat and doesn't move. The return to zero, very quick. I like shooting it. I definitely noticed as I got more rounds through it, I was shooting quicker and quicker. Accuracy felt very good to me. Can't complain about that. So ultimately, I think, you know, everything coming together, I think it's, I don't want to say the word perfect, but I think it's a pretty damn good setup. I mean, you got 18 rounds. You're only weighing 24 ounces. You got a tremendous trigger. You got a 3.5-inch barrel, which is plenty of velocity. You have a comp on the end, which helps mitigate some of that. The overall footprint would basically be a Glock 19X. You know, a little bit longer in the grip. And although the actual barrel stops there, the length of this is basically the size of a 19. So I really think this would be a really good contender for a carry. Honestly, it's rare for me to go out and shoot a gun and have zero issues or zero concerns, because I consider myself to be a pretty harsh critic, especially when I spend my own hard-earned money on something. I really want to examine it from every perspective. And even if it's the most nitty-gritty little thing, if I come across it, I want to point it out to you guys. But honestly, this thing did really well. I'm actually really excited to get more rounds through this, and over the next couple of months, I'll get it up to 1,000 rounds, and we'll do a review of it, and we'll give you a little foreshadowing. I already have a light coming, a holster coming, and a new bag for those of you who can appreciate off-body carry. It's actually going to be one of the newest bags to the market, so stick around. That video will come out next week, and I think you guys will be really excited. If there's anything I missed on this, guys, or anything you want me to talk about specifically, Keep in mind my videos are pre-recorded before they air, so by the time you guys see this, I'll have all the answers to any questions you have. And as always, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys really make this channel what it is, and I appreciate all the support. So thank you. Stay tuned. We got a lot more good coming. Peace.